from here. So first of all is we're going to start on this side control LEGs on top of side control. This is something that we never try and do, is we'll try and get our hands on the outside. So we've got the position that my hands are on the back of my partner. And it could be that I was trying to frame and she's wriggled in or whatever like that. So one thing I want to make sure is that, number one is, I'm going to make sure I don't squeeze and hold my partner onto me. I want to make sure that I'm creating space. So to start with, what I'm going to do, quick little drill, so just going to go a minute round. I'm going to hold on to my partner and I'm going to try and rock and roll my partner, throw my partner off as hard as I can, left, right, up or down. My partner, they're just looking for the opportunity to hold me or look for a knee right amount. Okay, so ready? 1, 2, 3. So I'm just going to try. And 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have the opportunities to escape it. She's got the opportunity to upgrade as well. The timing is as LEG steps up onto a knee rider should be rolling towards her to try and get the timing right. So it's not that, we can't say never do this, because at some stage you're going to get caught here, and so if you think that's ways, I'm holding her onto me so I can push her to the side, and my hands are the other way, I'm pulling her across my body. So the hand that's right is always this side here. What I do is I'm trying to bridge and roll my partner this way to try and get the power. That's what it's going to start. From LEG's point of view, spread your knees, chest down, be heavy as you can. Go, heavy as you can, go. Cross face me. Yeah, so this makes it a little bit more difficult, but we're going to play from this position. So, ready? You sure? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so grab your partner, and I'm just going to go 1 minute top, 1 minute bottom, and we just do this a couple of times just to make everyone aware of what we shouldn't be doing, but if we get caught there, what we can do. Okay, 1, 2, 3. A little bit of a little bit of... We're going to string these together for you towards the end of the class, so just bear with me. Inside position wins. Right, inside position, so a lot of the time that, I'll just grab Emma, a lot of time that we're dealing with this is the inside position gives us space. So if Emma's on top side control on me, and I have my hands, just going to start with the hands here, right? The two biggest things that I see is when people start this, they get their frames, which is okay. But then what they do is they push their partner down and they try and hip escape with your partner's weight on your hips. And even if I try and turn and bring my leg around, Emma's right elbow's blocking it out. So it's that thing where we're trying to create space, but we're doing the wrong space. So we're going to go a system, and this is my system, is I try to get Emma so that her face or her chest is over my face. So Emma's chest is over my face. Okay. So from here, I go bridge and hip thump. So I'm bringing it over. So it's different to bridging where I just bridge and I don't get any purchase forwards. So this is when I bridge, I engage my feet and I'm kind of throwing my hips forward. So I've got quite a large bridge from here. I frame, I don't push Emma, I slide away, I bring my knees in. So from here, nice and squeezy, hands on the inside, so I'm not grabbing, really important. Hip thrust, so engage my core, bring them in. So I'm rolling my left hip higher than my right hip, taking over. Once we're here, frame and push. Move away from my partner, bring my knee in. Really important, make sure she doesn't get head control. So keep the hands our way. Make sure, because she's going to put my head in past the guard again. From here, it's harder for her to pass the guard. One more time. If you can't sit them on this side, guys, we'll have a better look. So from here, hands on the inside position. I bring my feet in nice and tight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bridge, but my left hip goes higher than my right hip. I'm trying to tip my partner so all her weight's onto her knees. So as I bridge, I'm kind of hip thrusting. I turn, here. Now, frame and push, move away. I'm on my side, bring my knees to my chest, push my hand. This gives me the ability to start to rescue my guard and get to a front position with her. we like to say it one more time? So the thing, bring your feet in and knees together. Bridge your hips high, roll to the side that your partner's on. Push, slide your hips away. Knees in. No harder, no faster than that. 1, 2, 3. So time's on for 3 minutes, do it a couple of times each and swap over. Over. So we're going to start the system, my hands on the inside. Engage my core so my feet come in nice and tight. If my feet are long, she can step to knee right onto mount because there's a bit of space. So what I'm trying to do is before I just try to bring it up nice and tight. So this makes it harder, not impossible for her to go to knee right into the mount position. Number 2, bridging, and I'm hip thrusting as I do this. Bridge from here, push myself away, knee. Now this is the hardest part about the entire move. Emma's now going to slowly slide her right hip to the ground and bring her right knee towards me. Right hip, slide through. So she's going to get to the position that she gets inside. So this is bad for me. She's got my arm. As a general rule, to consolidate it, she's going to go flat side control and cross face. So I'm going to get caught in the position where my hands are now in the really bad position. So let's have a look at that again. You'll probably find in the drill that you're going to be able to rescue your left hand. If you can, that's a really good thing. But if you can't, it's okay. We'll deal with that in a second. So side control. So the deal is right now, the space between Emma's knee, my knee and my ribs is Emma can bring her right knee over to knee right mount whenever she wants to. So this is bad for me, okay? So what I like to do is I want to close the space up by bringing this in nice and tight. As I'm bridging, I'm turning towards my partner. Instead of pushing, I slide my hips away, right knee. So Emma's going to drop her right knee down, hip smash, come through. We're probably going to end up in this position. Ideally, Emma will bring her head through to the middle of my hand and head fight to get to the inside position, which makes this really bad for me. So this is where we want to end up. Once again, my hand's on the bad side, Emma's on the good side of the cross face. We'd like to say it one more time. Okay. So for the person on top, Emma's position, you're doing like a baseball slide. So I'm not doing anything wrong. Right, so close the gap up, bridge, bridge, bridge. Okay, at the top, turn, move my hips away, near your chest. As I'm pushing, she baseball slides, gets her head through to the inside position, so swings her head through to the inside, gets to here. So technically, I have my hands on the outside, we're chest to chest, so there's no space. This is really bad for me as far as trying to recover. As far as Emma wants to go, she wants to keep my weight facing away from her, so she'll probably put a little bit of pressure onto my head and my hips as well. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So 3 minutes, guys. Drill it a couple of times. One of the things I got taught early on was that if you can take your legs or your body as far away from your partner's legs and body, it'll always be harder for them to rescue guard. So if you can take your legs and your body as far away from their legs as you can, it will always be harder for them to rescue guard. There's obviously exceptions and different clauses in the rule set. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at a way to get away from the legs and to get what we call shoulder exposure. The shoulder exposure is going to give you one of 3 things: armbar, back control, or full control. So we're going to have Emma is on side control again, and what we're looking for is an indicator or a thing that kind of go, okay, Adam's trying to rescue guard, I'm going to stop him by doing this one simple thing. So Emma feels me engaged, which isn't anything exceptional, but as I raise my hips, what Emma's going to do is she's going to swing her right hand across my body to that side, so from here. So as I'm here, I go bridge, her right hand goes through across the body. Now, the next part, her left hand goes over my head from here. We're going to take exactly the same motion. So what a lot of people do for me is they drop their left hip down, and the downfall about it is it enables me to roll you. So what we're going to do is going to drop the right hip down instead. I go to push. Now, this is real simple. Emma's going to walk all the way around to cycle on the opposite side by bringing your hand underneath to pick up my arm. So she gets what we call shoulder exposure because I'm trying to push away. This is really up to you guys what you want to do from here. You've got bow and arrow chokes, cobra chokes, arm bars, shoulder control, back takes. One of the things that the new meta, the new thing that's coming, a new phase is instead of putting your weight down through my shoulder and try and put me down, you slide backwards and put the top of your chest on and drive your foot. So I have to post. If I don't post, I'm going to go belly down. This will now give you exposure to go here, go elbow to elbow, just start to slowly squeeze. Yeah, I learned that as well. Don't worry, it's something new that I learned. Okay, so from here, when I originally did this, I went to America with Professor Tyrone in, 10 years ago, so 2014, and we're doing a training camp at Robert Drysdale's for the No-Gear Worlds, and I started actually hitting this on everyone, and we called it the koala squeeze. So it was, the koala bear. So I started hitting and all these guys were tapping, and Robert Drysdale was looking at me like, fuck it, they tap. So I showed him, and it's like, man. I said, yeah, it's Australian technique, I said, like, how much can the Americans bear? He goes, but you're Australian, so how much can Australians bear? And then it became the koala bear, so it became the koala bear. Anyway, so from here, long story. Who remembers the technique I taught? Okay, who remembers the koala bear? Okay, so what's going on is we have the cross-face side control. As I engage and push, swing. Now, most important, your hand swings over as well. Drop your right hip down. So it's going to make me want to go. I'm going to push your weight. Slide, come round, back. Make sure you get the control. Most important part now, drop your chest behind my shoulder and drive. So I'm going to post. Come under. Now go elbow to elbow. Head arm choke. Simply start to pull the choke in, squeeze. Now, so that as I go to defend it, okay, here you go. Back take as well. So this is a really good system. Number one, we're off the camera, thank God. Okay. So this is a really good system, number one, to get the back. Number two, you're going so far away from my guard, it's very hard for me to rescue. One more time, okay. So from here, Emma's on the side. The key factor, what you're looking for is, as I engage in our bridge, hand goes over, drop your right hip. Push on here, I'm going to push, go around the outside, pick up the arm. Here. Now, a lot of people now don't try and claim the arm. I'm going to show you something. If you claim the arm, I'm going to hip escape and I'm going to start to bring my leg and I'm going to try and arm bar you. So you're going to do the opposite. You're going to slide your hips behind and have to post, otherwise go belly down. Koala bear, elbow to elbow. Now think about it this way. You're trying to take the space away, so just start to slow squeeze. As you go to defend it, you can slide your bottom leg through. Open up and we're on back control, keep squeezing. See how she held it for the extra second? You don't have to do that.
You do, you need to wait for the ref to say this all the time.
The ref will
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Go. And I was going to keep my hands like I'm defending and going good defense. So instead of hand fighting, Emma drives her shoulder, pushes me over. If I don't defend it, I'm going to get rolled belly down. Let's have a look at that again. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to drop lower than my shoulder, and you're not dropping this way, you drop me that way. So I turn, I have to post. When we're here, you're waiting. As I try and push to come back, that's your key to cinch it up. Otherwise, you're not going to get it. But from here, I'm going to defend it. So watch carefully. She just slides her leg and sits me up. Sits me up. Knees through. One hook goes in, other hook goes in, one lock, squeeze. And again. So if I'm here, you go behind, it's 45 degrees, so the table system, make the table weak by going where the legs aren't. So push, quadrant, boom, I post, so when you go belly down, you wait. As I push and come up, you're here. What a lot of people are going to do from here is they're going to hand fight you. Your choice, you can take me belly down if you want to, that's even worse for me. I'm going to try and fight. So as I'm trying to fight, instead of putting your leg over, right, Just wait for a little bit. So wait for me to come up, and now I'll do half the work for you. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Start on the side. Let's go. Head position is king. So watch carefully. Is when you're here, you've got to keep. If you put your head too high, I'm going to frame back on the inside. So you want to make sure that you're driving 45 degrees here, and you keep your head super tight to my head. Because I can't get my hand on the inside from here. Now her head doesn't move. So as I'm trying to come through, she koala bears. But watch carefully. So what I'm seeing some of you guys do is you're lifting your head. So when you're squeezing, you're lifting your head and you're trying to drive me up. Do the opposite, drive me into the mat. So I'm here like I have a hand fight. And this is if I go belly down, just step over, take the back. So I'm going to fight you from here. So this is when some of you guys are lifting your head. If I get my hand between, you're going to lose it. My defense is I'm going to put a wedge between us. You've got to keep this here. So the more I'm trying to wedge it, the more they're like, come on, and now you just simply get the easy back up take. And now the wedge is null and void because it's on the wrong side. While there, squeeze, there you think again. One more time. Head position. Anytime I can get a wedge in here and brush my hair, I'm going to. So your wedge is pretty much, I'm just going to brush my hair if I had hair. I know, I don't have hair. It's okay. I'm cool with that. Okay. So 45 degrees, boom. Head position's king. I'm trying to hand and fight for me. I can't, so I'm going to post to try and come up. As I try and come up, though, yeah, I'll help you come up. Boom. Head position's king. On the wrong side. Now, pull everything in. Woo. 1, 2, 3. Going to start like this, guys. Okay, so instead of the traditional cross face, going to put our right hand over, left hand over from here. Right. Most common thing I'm going to do is the only way I can move my hips is move my hips away from Emma. I don't want to give my back exposure. So technically I'm going to walk, I'm going to try and turn. This gives me the opportunity to take my arm to sit me up. Let's have a look at that again. So from here, okay, right hand under, left hand over. Right. So I'm going to block her hip out, but the only way for me to move, I can't turn, I can't rescue guard, I don't want my hips to turn away. It's just, I'm going to create space. As I turn towards her hand goes underneath, comes down, still with it. So we're here. Now, I'm desperately going to try and get my back to the ground. Your job, drop your chest down lower than my shoulder. So now if I try and put my back down, you just drive into me. There you go. We're in the game. Let's have a look at that again. So from the side control, hand goes over, hand goes under. You okay? Yeah. So I don't want back exposure, so I'm going to try and turn and walks around my head, and the arm goes underneath my armpit to pick it up. I don't want my back taken, so I'm going to walk my legs to try and create space. Emma drops her chest down, turns me palm to palm. Remember, take the space away, using your elbows and your head, sink it in. As I try and come up from here, Emma just rolls me backwards. Back control, sits me up, hooks in, sit up good, squeeze. 1, 2, 3.